It's way, way easier to be me. I used to not like myself, and it was very difficult for me to like stick to a concrete thing for me to be proud, like proud, happy, like cool with myself, like just being like those quirky little things. Like I do what I do, and I would never really feel good about being me. And as time goes by, I slowly take in and realize that I need to be a lot more grateful being me and having everything that I got going on the way I got going on. Being happy that it's going on. I look at certain individuals nowadays and it's like I'm grateful that I got my things, but I'm cool, and I'm once again grateful for them being my things. Also, I don't have to lie. I don't have to make up really much of anything when it comes to entertaining or saying something or not. And I don't have. I think that that's one of the coolest parts of what I'm getting at. Me making this is that I don't really have to do much of anything. That doesn't fall within the guidelines of me. There's no stress or wonder if because like I said before, it's like even if it isn't my character, it's natural to be my character, so I don't have to not just trying to play a character or be a character, things like that. Just like me being one instead of trying to be one. And so there's, I notice that this pattern, there's people that I see and I meet where, they have to have things attached to them, and they have to attach themselves to things to be able to function. Right? Like they can't take the next step and live their life, going off of them, being their own thing, doing their own thing. I don't have to wonder what direction I want to take, you know? because I'm trying to be something outside of myself, and that outside self or thing outside of self needs to, like, I don't need to know. I have directions that I'm gonna to naturally take, right? Like, having to it's funny, the subject came up today where it's like having to shock the body, and it's like having to have a diet or a plan or a schedule to do something to be able to shock the body. And I thought, and I'm just like, well, because I know for me, like I'm saying, naturally, if I have a schedule or something going on, I kind of don't follow it necessarily. But if I have something just going on and I have good, good guidelines, I know what I kind of want to get into or what I want to do, let's say for the day, I'll be able to have, because it's just being able to be a little more loose and free that makes things it makes more sense to me. But if I gotta be somewhere for 7 type, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that I can't do these things, but I'm saying in my everyday life when there's no other obligations outside of myself, there's nothing else for me to worry about, no other person I must be on a deadline for. It's always been easier for me to just wing it and not stress about what does come next. Like I said, so for me, shocking the body or whatever the case may be, or keeping your body on its toes, essentially, to me, is not planning. Because I feel like if I plan it, then I'll know, and then I'll have in the back of my head that it needs to be this type of way. And if it isn't that way, now I'm more frustrated than like let's say I need to be somewhere for 5 o'clock, and it's 4:50 and it's 12 minutes away or something like that, and I need to be 5 minutes early, things like that, and I'm gonna have that in the back of my head, so me planning my life like that all the time, so where I don't make those things happen, I'd much rather just pop up, turn up, let's do something right now, because to me, when I just eat something and just, or because I was saying, like, it's like a thing to where if I don't have the money, or I'm craving something but I don't like they don't have the one I want, they don't, whatever the case may be, I just won't eat. And so to me that's like enough, so essentially just kind of going with the flow. Do I really even need to eat that? Do I need to really even, what I'm saying? If it's not the one I want, screw it. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it. So, things like that. But I love that I'm able to, at this time, this point in my life, be able to be myself and really comfortable in that. And I like it because it's way easier. And I say that because people pleasing is a real thing. And for me to try to attach myself to things that don't apply to me, things that, just associations, just things, people, whatever the case may be, where it just doesn't sit well with my life, but I still try to attach myself to things to make things happen. Like I said, to people, places, thinking that I need to think this way, do this, to then please them. Like I said, I realized, after a while, you don't really gain anything from doing it, being that different character that doesn't even lie to you as a person. But I noticed I noticed too, that as soon as you really start to do that, you will be fought every step of the way. But if you choose to just back out and really attune to yourself, to your frequency, people will have an issue with that. I've noticed. People will not be too fond that you're choosing to do exactly what you choose to do, how you want to do it. People have an issue with this, it seems. Like your answers change, your whole mindset changes when you don't really care how people feel after a certain point, which is always rough for me because I care immensely. But when you realize that kind of starts to erode away and you don't really care at the end of it. Because like I said, I feel like I care so much that I don't. It's just kind of have to it's all white noise at this point, or whatever the case. But doing the putting on those masks and trying to, like I said, I know it's when I'm just, I don't, do more than I need to big someone up, essentially. Doing that extra. Like I said, to uphold all of that, all of those things, it's way easier to be me. I'm really want to, break down what I mean when I say that. It's so much easier because I give certain actions and it's not expected. I give certain answers, it's not expected. Things like that. And like I said, typically you give the expected answers. You give the things that expectations, right? You give those things and you expect to get the good feedback. Well, I see now, huge thing, devils in the details. Who gives a fuck about the feedback? Who gives a fuck about you? And not in a malicious, any type of anything way. It's mainly, man, who are you? And why am I giving you so much, what I mean? If anything, to where I'm not happy with myself at any point in time in this moment. That's, it's no longer other people, even though it's tough. That's why I like getting on here and doing these, even though it's tough. You still, want to not, you're not trying to just ruin someone's day, but like I say, it's tough caring as much as I do to want to put myself first and, not laugh at that joke or not, things like that. Like I said, that's a huge part for me because I always want to hold a smile or hold a laugh or things like that because I really just wanted, people to just care as much as I did or see me for who I was and things like that. And when you don't get it, that's saddening too. But I always wanted to do that. I have a lot of tension in my jaw and things like this. Because I'm always trying to people please. I'm always trying to be cool with people. And like I said, it doesn't pay off at all. If anything, it just, leaves a hole. Because you knew that you didn't need to give a shit about them. And you continue to. You continue to give them more energy, time, attention, more weight than they needed to know that they had. Not even that, even they're just giving them so much. They don't, and probably half the time wouldn't even notice that you're doing it and wouldn't care. Cool, who cares that you did it? Type. So, But I love it. It's easier to just not think that you need to be the center of every single thing, because that's actually not cool. If you're gonna be the center, like I always, if you're looking for it, it's probably not really there for you. If it's something for you, if anything, you're wondering how to get rid of it, or something like that, or what I'm saying, it's you looking for something, is You know, and say more so if it's for you, you're wondering what to do with it, more so than you trying to find something, which is always so tough because so many things be right in your face. Like we be trying to find something. I be in the fridge all the time and be right in my face. You know what I'm saying? Be right there. You know, that's how close it is. You don't even think it's for you, type. Which is why I see that people go soul searching through different cities and things like this and countries and things. I thought moving here would be something, coming up north, you know. But yeah, man, it's wonderful not having to think as much and use as much energy to think about another motherfucker that may or may not care about you like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's a tough pill to swallow because you're really just putting all that weight on yourself. You know what I mean? I know all about that. I think that's why they say, don't be so quick to judge or, say stuff like that and whatever, because it's like, man, half the time you probably in that same boat. You're the reason why you in that boat. You know what I'm saying? You're the reason why you can't get out the boat, So, you just, judging somebody else, just talking about yourself, really. And that's always a tough one. To realize that majority of the time that you're speaking on something, you mainly just, you know what I mean? There's many ways to get it out. And to me, talking period is you getting it out. And you speaking on any subject matter is a part of you. You're still using your emotion, you're still using your thoughts, and you're still using your verbal skills to be able to then say how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So, I see that we skip that part quite a bit. Is that, you're saying how you feel. Anytime you say something, you're saying how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So, no matter who you're saying it to, you know what I'm saying? Saying it to yourself, you're saying it to somebody else. Saying it to your best friend, buddy, God, Jesus, I don't give it. You saying it. You saying it. So, you call somebody something, you saying something, then, that's why my biggest thing, I gotta try to do my best to stay at the comment sections, you know what I mean? I don't want to end up being a troll trying to get a point across or say something or let people know or bring awareness or things like that. I don't want to start putting so much energy into trying to talk to people or, get on subject matters to where I become something that I'm not cool with type. So, so it's like, watch, we all got to watch ourselves because most likely just speaking on what we already do or say or whatever feel and who we probably are in the first place. So, and again, it's not tough. It's not easy. It's tough. It's a rough thing because you don't want to believe that you probably are that thing you talk about, Again, why I see why certain individuals stress things like meditation and things like that, because sometimes shut up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, Yeah, buddy. But yeah, man, it's so cool to just like finally to see, yo, you can do however you feel and not have to stress on if that's correct or not. You know, like you said it, you did it. Here it is, boom, and you can just keep moving with that. You know, there's no, you know, holes or anything like when it comes to creativity or things like that. I can just flow because whatever I'm gonna say or do, I don't have to really think. It just, expresses. It just happens. I like that. I love that. That's so cool. Because like I see a lot of people, stressing. And I've said before, just to make a video about nothing. What's the point of stressing about making something content like if you if you are who you say you are, what I'm saying, it's gonna it's gonna happen. And so you stressing about making a video, editing, and doing all this, you having to do the jump cuts and everything like that, and it's like, trying to, form yourself to be something for somebody so they can see you like this, hear you like this, do like that, and that's like, that's, hey, and I like it. That's cool because I'm the type too. I like, I can watch. I can, if the subject is interesting enough, I can sit down and just get it. If it's really, aligned to me and things like that. But I like the, what I'm saying, the condensed structure. That's cool too. But it's just, I also like being supernatural and things like that. I like being supernatural and things like that, and real chill. Because I feel like regardless of how it's gonna go, if people really like cool with how I do things, I don't need to change up what I'm doing. I mean, of course, tweaking and doing things here and there is a must, but to stress myself on how to make it and do it in structure like this and that, not to say I even wouldn't do it one day, but I feel like I feel like when all that going on, it's just still, it feels very ego to me, which of course nothing wrong with that. It's all playing out. I'm doing it too, type deal with all that, but it just feels like it's real ego type to just, I don't know. Like I'd rather just, I'm saying, I want to just get it out. I want people to know, I want people to feel exactly, what I'm saying, like no extra. That's, again, like I said, I can't do the extra, but just, yeah. Right. I mean, the point is to not have more baggage, weight. Like the whole thing is to shed. We want to shed. We want to get all this stuff off, and so shadow work and all that's about is being able to like, take it all away in a way, not just push it out, but just work with it, work on it, work through it, and it'll dissipate on its own. You'll find ways to easily get it out on its own. It'll just happen. You'll do the things you need to do to. It'll just, it'll kind of just happen, which is again what I'm stressing in this video. You know. So let it happen.